Hi everyone, this is Olga from Holistic Healing Therapy, and I'm here with Gary Evans from Holistic Healing Therapy as well. We are in Glastonbury currently having a questions and answers session on nature therapy. So hi Gary.
Hello everybody.
Would you like please to tell us more about the health benefits of nature therapy walks? What can normal person expect from these walks?
Yeah, sure. Well, one of the main elements that we're going to be sharing with people is this mindful approach to nature. So rather than just walking along, chatting, not really observing the things around us, first of all we're trying to take you into this quieter place for relaxation, which is more contemplative and observational. And there's a series of exercises that actually encourage this kind of empathy and a connection to nature. And there's a solid science behind this, as conducted by the universities in Japan and South Korea, and it's called Shinrin Yoku, which means basically spending time under the canopy of a forest or forest bathing. And very quickly there are NK cells in our blood, which form a strong part of our immune system, and levels of these NK cells have been shown to rise when people spend time in these very special forests around Japan, and so it's part of their National Health Service. As far as the science has got at the moment is that there's these volatile chemicals that are put out by the trees and the plants in a forest environment, and so it's a bit like a natural aromatherapy. We breathe in these chemicals and it helps to boost our immune system. And so we're now bringing this practice into England with the cooperation of Surrey Wildlife Trust, who we feel very fortunate to be working with, and we're looking forward to sharing these activities with the population of England.
Thank you, Gary. And another question is, usually we tend to work with many people who have problems with sleep, or they have high levels of stress related to work or relationships, and many illnesses tend to arise from stress or stress related issues. Do you think that nature therapy could be something that might help people who experience high levels of stress and stress disorders?
Yes, certainly is the short answer. I mean, you could go into a long discussion about us as a people, but obviously we had this deep connection with nature, and living the way we do now, for many of us we spend very little time in nature. So getting back to that kind of state where you feel free and outside, that most of us enjoyed as children, is something that nature therapy certainly encourages us to do. And when you give yourself that opportunity to be mindful in nature and actually relax and take in the surroundings and observing the wildlife and even the insects, it can really drop you out of this kind of adrenaline state that we live on. The heart rate slows down, which also encourages the thoughts to slow down. And incorporating grounding, which is another topic we've already produced some videos about, it can have a very good effect on our body and mind, and feel refreshed at the end of it.
Oh, thank you. That's very useful. I might recommend it to some people who experience high levels of stress then. And do you think that this type of therapy could also help with creativity? Because another thing that I've been hearing complaints about is, due to the work overload or probably against stress, the levels of creativity seem to drop, or creativity seems to be blocked in some people, and that of course impacts the productivity in many cases. So what do you have anything to say about that in relation to nature therapy walks?
Well, all of the different types of therapies that we do at Holistic Healing Therapy are centered around inspiring people hopefully increasing or awakening their creativity. So the sound therapy that we offer, I normally encourage people that are looking to sort of increase creative thinking or this sort of bigger conceptual thinking. And nature therapy is another element that I would recommend from what we do. And really it's getting into more of this kind of heart space where you're feeling relaxed and you generally can see in a clearer way rather than a constant thinking and running around stressed fashion. So it's a bit harder to see the big picture when we're stressed. So our nature therapy can certainly encourage creativity, and there's various different ideas we've got for the future, including combining nature therapy with sound therapy and yoga outdoors with the nature therapy to really give people a deep sense of this connection to the world around them.
Thank you, Gary. And you talked about the science behind nature therapy and about NK cells. And do you know if there have been some other studies done on stress levels or blood pressure in relation to nature therapy?
Well, the main studies regarding blood pressure and how nature can help is when you're talking about grounding. So I've been in touch with some scientists in the US that have sent me their research, and there's been lots of scientific studies done about earthing, grounding, having basically bare skin in contact with the earth. It's recommended you do that for 15 to 20 minutes. So my normal method is to go out in the garden and put my bare feet on the ground, and you do definitely start to feel a difference, I would say, after the 10 to 15 minute mark. And the way that the scientific experiments went, so after a while you do see again a slower heart rate, and blood pressure drops from this practice. So if anyone's suffering from high blood pressure, then this would be something we'd recommend.
Thank you very much, and I think that could be also useful to people who suffer from stress and high blood pressure, which could be a consequence of stressful lifestyle.